y'all doing today? My name is Smokey, and today I wanted to tell y'all the life story of the time that I got drunk at a doll factory. So this story takes place roughly when I was about 16 years old, and so I was with a group of people every, I want to say either Thursday night or Friday night, we would go over to this guy's house to go play darts. There's probably, group total of maybe 9 or 10 people, and so we go over to this guy's house, and darts is actually in the garage. So in his garage, this dude has, like, shit you not, literally like a mini factory of just dolls. He had the doll heads like right here. He had like some limbs, like some arms or legs like right here. And then he also had like a paint station somewhere. I don't remember exactly where that was like situated. And they had like another station like right here, and then like right here it was like final QC, like final quality check right there. You know, need to do your inspection to make sure that the Annabelle doll is pristine. I ended up actually going over there. I met one of my buddies, we'll call him John. So I met my buddy John over there with his girlfriend at the time. So actually I showed up first. Back at this time, this is when I had, I was driving my 2003 Dodge Ram 1500. It was bright red. Her name was Clifford. Sometimes I miss that truck. I did so many stupid things in that damn truck. But anyway, so I'm waiting on my buddy and his girlfriend to show up. So they show up in his girlfriend's Jeep. I don't remember like the actual model. It wasn't like a Wrangler or something like that, but they showed up in her Jeep. And actually another one of my buddies, we'll call him Aaron. Aaron showed up with them. We're inside at this point, and we're just kind of just sitting there shooting the shit, playing darts. It's like a really, really eerie feeling. Yeah, I mean, like, this is, like, I'm telling y'all right now, this was like some serial killer type shit. Now, when you're with a group of people, it's a little bit better, but I would not want to go to this fucking garage alone. Like, shit you not, legit. It was like a legit factory. He had a station for each little thing. It'd be like fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre Bone Collector or something. Insane. So when you're playing darts, if you actually, when you throw one of your darts and you miss the dartboard, and you put it in like the drywall or the wall, he actually like made you circle it and then write your name next to it. You know, now you're on his shit list for putting a hole in his wall and his serial killer collector garage. I don't really think much about it at the time, but now it's a little concerning. Not that I think he would actually do anything. A little odd, because the dude who owned the, you know, little garage at his house where he kept the doll factory is probably in his 50s, but that's besides the point. That's why I say some serial killer type shit. I remember we were sitting there. I don't exactly remember who gave it to me. I remember like one of the people I was sitting with, this girl, she ended up giving me a Four Locos. Now at this time, I don't even remember if I've ever had a Four Locos before. And I hadn't had anything to eat in a fucking minute. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I took that Four Loko and I just downed that fucking thing. And let me tell you, darts got a lot more entertaining after that. I thought I was doing bad before with not really hitting my shots. It is a lot worse now when you're drunk. I think like 75% of my fucking shots are going into the damn wall. So the dart games continue. We're going on for a while, you know, shot for shot, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then eventually, you know, we take a little intermission, you know, a little tea timeout. At this point, I'm already drunk. For some reason, I found it was a great idea. Go out, sit in my truck, put that bitch on accessory mode, put on a Batman mask. I don't even remember who the fuck gave me the damn mask. I actually ended up getting I think it was like from one of the people that was there. I think they went to like a Halloween party or something. They just had like this Batman mask laying around. And so I put that fucking thing on. I actually remember, I think I played darts with it on too. Hammered. Just fucking hammered. And so I put on this fucking Batman mask. I go and sit in my truck. And I think it's like just a great idea to just sit in my truck, record myself singing like some of the music I listened to at the time, which I still listen to now. It was like, think I was listening to like Breaking Benjamin or something, or like I Prevail, like some rock or metalcore type music, and I was just sitting there, I was just fucking vibing. I sat on my fucking truck for like 45 minutes just sitting there just screaming and singing in my truck. Keep in mind, I'm in this dude's fucking driveway while all this is happening. Like, some people are like standing outside of the garage having a cigarette, you know, having a bogey, or they're sitting inside still playing darts, and you know, here's little Smokey, drunk off his fucking ass, just sitting here just singing some tunes in his truck. I still have the video on my phone somewhere. I did some dumb shit when I was younger. So I think roughly about 2 o'clock in the morning, me and the people we were with decided to go to Denny's. I will tell you this right now, I do not condone, nor do I ever want anybody getting into a car and driving drunk, or getting into somebody else's car and riding with that person and they are also drunk. Set aside from like the DUI, going to jail, like setting aside all that shit, you could seriously hurt someone or seriously hurt yourself. And my mom always told me that if I ever needed someone to come pick me up because I was drunk, she did not want me to get into a car with someone that was drunk or drive drunk. She said that always call her and that she would come pick me up, no questions asked. Now, if I was smarter, I would have taken that option, because that probably would have been a much smarter decision. But like, you're fucking 16 years old, you're fucking drunker than shit. You don't think clearly. Like, I mean, at the time, I didn't even think about that. Like, I completely forgot that that was an option. But you know, Denny's sounded kind of good. And at this point, my buddy John had already left. John and Aaron had already left. They left, I think, maybe like 3 hours before this happened. We're now down to maybe about 5 or 6 people. And the people that I were hanging out with, they were like, I think the youngest was like in his mid-20s, and I think the oldest was maybe in his 60s. The 5 or 6 of us, we pull into another one of my buddy's cars. We'll call him Jay. So like the 5 or 6 of us, we all pile into Jay's car. I think he had like I think it was like a Chevy Trailblazer, if I remember. Or it was something to that extent. And now, since I was the youngest, where did little Smokey sit? Little inebriated, giggly, shit-faced, stupid little Smokey. Where did he get to sit? Where did he get to sit? They put me in the fucking trunk. Like, they put me in the fucking back, and I rode like the 15 to 20 minute ride to Denny's in the back of this trunk. You wanna know what? I didn't care. Didn't care. I was having just the best of times. I mean, we were just vibing. We were just chilling. We go to Denny's. I remember we get there and we get out, and somebody opens up the trunk, and I get out of it. And we walk in. The waitress greets us. You know, we sit down at this table. We were actually, I think, at like the front of the restaurant. You know, so now we sit down to order. Now, one thing about me is I'm a very, very proud person. I do not like taking things from others. So I didn't have any money on me at the time, and so I didn't get any food. I mean, even people there offered to buy me food, but I don't like accepting things like that from people. If I can't afford to get it myself, I don't like people getting it for me, if that makes sense. All I got was a glass of water. So the people that I was with, they actually ended up ordering some coffee, some had some pancakes. Some of that food smelled fucking banging. Oh, I was so hungry. But I didn't like have any food. Like, I guess I could have been like, you know, could have, you know, winked to the waitress and be like, you know, give me some food, I'll wash dishes or some shit. But guess I just was not thinking. the blood was not flowing up here. So I get my cup of water, and I'm so drunk that I think it's a great idea to take 2 of the half and half cups from the people's coffee and dump it into my water. Took the little spoon, stirred it around. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even think it tasted that bad. Like, from what I remember, I really do not even think it tasted that bad. We were getting like weird looks from the fucking waitress. They were like, you know, homie, you gotta like, you gotta chill out a little bit. I guess I was not the best sight to see at like 2 o'clock in the morning at Denny's, drinking my little glass of water with 2 things of half and half in it. Actually, I remember the waitress came over when I was putting the half and half in my water. She gave me the weirdest fucking look. I just sat there and I gave her the biggest smile. I just kept on laughing. I thought that shit was so funny. And I drank that entire glass of water. And what did I do? She brought me another glass of water. Took two more cups of half and half, dumped that shit in my water, stirred it around again. So at one point, my buddy John and my buddy Aaron actually got to Denny's. I don't think they ended up like getting any food. I think they just chilled out in the parking lot. And they were still in John's girlfriend's car. I see them pull up, and I'm like, is that who I think it is? Get up out of my seat. I didn't even have any food anyway, so it wasn't like I had to finish any food. And I get up, and I walk out, burst out the front doors of this Denny's restaurant, and I walk up, and I look into this window, I'm like, hey, buddy! Oh, I'm telling you, like, I did some stupid shit, like, 100%. If you've ever been drunk in high school with your buddies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you know, that's stupid shit. And I think at one point, I ended up licking his window. Not kidding. No, kind of exposing myself here, but I think at one point I did end up fucking licking the damn window. So a little bit later, they ended up leaving. Now, of course, now you can see why the, you know, other 5 people I was with regretted the decision of taking me to Denny's with them. So we leave the Denny's restaurant. For some reason, I don't know why, when you're drunk, cigarettes just hit. And I wanted one of his bogeys. And so I look over, I'm like, yo, you know, can I bum a bogey? He's like, yeah, I got you. So I was sitting there, and I remember just sitting there just smoking a cigarette, just top of the world feeling, you know? Like, just, I'm telling you, when you get drunk, nothing hits harder than a fucking cigarette. And I remember finishing my cigarette there. Or no, I never actually ended up getting to smoke it. He ended up giving it to me, but I couldn't smoke it because we were actually leaving at that point. And I remember like asking Jay, who was driving us back, I'm like, yo, can I smoke this, you know, right quick, you know, before we hit the road? And he's like, no. Like, you know, not no, you know, yeah, that's fine, or, you know, just, you know, be quick with it, just no. Fuck. So, mission failed. Did not get to smoke the cigarette. So I ended up getting back in the car. Where did I go again? Of course, they put me back in the fucking trunk. Like, shit you not, like that was Smokey's designated spot, was in the damn trunk. So they put my ass back in the trunk. We take the trip back to the doll factory. The other people we were with, they leave. I mean, obviously I can't drive home. I wouldn't drive home. I'm highly against drunk driving or under the influence of anything while driving. And so I ended up just crashing at my buddy's place. And it was fucking cold. I remember that. It was like, it was in November, so there was fucking snow on the ground. Like, shit was just cold. But when I got there, I did get to smoke my cigarette. Walked outside his place, and I stood in the damn snow, shivering, you know, just going like this, you know, trying to smoke my cigarette, just fingers are trembling, fucking freezing. still got to smoke my cigarette. And that was that. I want to thank all of y'all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of y'all's support. It means the world to me that y'all take time out of your day to spend some time with me. Now please, 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 do not drive drunk. Do not get into a car with somebody that is drunk. I love all y'all. See y'all in the next one.